guys, so today we are gonna make a soft speaking video. I'm gonna try to make an adventure story for you guys. Try to speak calmly and chill. If you like this video and want to see more like this, please hit the like button. If you aren't already subscribed, please subscribe because we are on our way to 1000 subscribers right now. When I record this in the night, we actually rounded 700 subscribers, so I'm very grateful for that. But yeah, we are on our way to 1000. And before we begin, I just want to say that this story is improvised, so it isn't something I've read. It isn't something I could come up with by reading another story. It's just something I come up with it as I talk. Yeah, I've always found that quite interesting. I think it's cool. Yeah, so I hope you will enjoy it, and let's just dive right into it. Okay, so once upon a time there was a boy. In this story he doesn't have a name. He has a mom, he has a dad, and he has a granddad. This boy was a very creative boy, and he could do a lot of things. He always wanted to be an astronaut. His mom was working in a kitchen. His dad was a farmer. His granddad was an astronaut. Always when his granddad was home from the adventures he'd been on, he went home and told stories about them. Sometimes it was quite interesting stories. Sometimes it was just how do you go to the toilet when you're in space, and yeah. The boy found this very interesting actually. He always thought that building a rocket and sending it into space was quite interesting, so he tried to do it with a card box at home and a bottle of Coke. He poured the Coke out and tried to light it, and it flew. Not far, but it flew. His parents were working in okay jobs. They didn't have a lot of money, but wasn't too far off. They took him to the observatory to meet real astronauts besides his granddad, and the boy found this very cool. He thought it was amazing to meet new people and people who are in the community he wants to be in when he grows old. Yeah, he found this trip very interesting, and it just took his belief that he could be an astronaut to an even greater level. The boy's creativity was very good. It was actually so good that he invented a new system that NASA actually used to use less fuel for the rockets. When the boy grew older, he went and applied for the astronaut school, and he was so excited when the news finally, 3 months later, came in that he was being accepted and enrolled in their school. He rushed to tell his granddad, and the granddad was very excited too. He found it cool that his grandson could live up to what he did and follow his steps. After some time, the boy got very great grades in this school class, and he had the highest average out of all students. And at the time of his graduation, he actually had the highest average grade out of all people that have ever been there. He thought it was because mainly that when he was a little younger, he studied it quite hard actually, even though he just went to normal school, elementary school. He then tried to look at books and pictures and try to memorize all the things you need to know. Yeah, this was a great experience for him because now he saw that all this work he's put into it actually came together and made him achieve something. The greatest grades in the history of the school, which was a very big accomplishment for him, of course, as it would be for anyone. When he grew a little older, he couldn't really, it was quite hard for him to get a job, but at some point his granddad helped him, and with his connections he was accepted into a job at NASA. He got to training, a training camp, because SpaceX wanted to get him in on a mission. They saw how good he was in school, so they wanted to get him on as they wanted him to be in the first civilization that went to Mars. He thought this was an amazing experience, and an experience that he couldn't pass. So of course he did what every reasonable human being would be when he's just following his dreams. He accepted it and went to the training camp. When he had been there 6 months, it was close to being the time where he needed to leave Earth for the last time, and he was okay with it. His parents, they didn't know, but they always knew that their boy would be something special, and their boy would be an astronaut at some point. They didn't know how. Maybe only maybe go just to space and back, or go to the moon and collect some rocks and go back. But no, he was actually going to Mars and never coming back. This was quite coming like as a shock for them. But yeah, of course they found it quite interesting, and of course they wanted him to follow his dreams. So when it all came down to him having to leave, it was okay for them. They found him as a boy that really wanted to do this, and he had been in training camp for 6 months, which was the minimum requirement for going, and they just had 3 more months to prepare and make everything ready for them to set up in the sky and rise. But yeah, he talked with his granddad about this, and his granddad of course found this very interesting because he was an astronaut himself. He actually became like the head management of that mission, so he could be close to the boy, which was not really a boy anymore, it was more like an adult, but could be close to him when he was at work. Yeah, the boy always had a very great relationship with his granddad, and the granddad really tried to build on it before the boy was going to space and to Mars, because he didn't know if he was ever going to see him again. The probability of seeing him again was quite low because he was not meant to come back to the Earth. So yeah, when they needed to go, the 3 months was over. The boy said his final goodbyes to his mom, dad, and granddad. He told them that he was very grateful for what they had done for him, and now he wanted to do something he's always wanted to do in his life, which was going to space and being a real astronaut. He always knew he wanted this. When he was a boy, he heard some rumors about some companies wanting to go to Mars and make a civilization there, but now he was really living that dream and really living there, going to live there. So yeah, he got into the rocket with all of the people. There are 15 people there, half men, a woman, one more man than a woman, and they were going there to somewhere where people that could learn other people's stuff, somewhere people that could make houses, and some could treat other people with a lot of different stuff. Some could make some quite interesting food. Some were farmers. There was a lot of different people. They didn't need to have a specific job, but they just needed to be able to do something. This boy was able to know how the spaceship worked because he had studied this all his life, and now he was finally going to live his dream. So yeah, they went to space and to Mars. It took about 1 week. The boy felt it was okay, a great time. At this point, the boy was ready to live there. He really wanted to enjoy his life there, and the settlement thrived at Mars. They all found it quite interesting, and they could pass on information to Earth, so the Earth could follow on with their civilization and how it goes. So yeah, they had a great life there, and they made a new civilization with children and other humans. They all had different jobs to make a new Earth when the climate change would hit. Yeah, they made a great foundation for other people out there, and that is the story for today. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it interesting, and see you in the next video.